The AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Now let's get into it.
What's going on? What's going on, YouTube friends and family? As you all can motherfucking tell, we are back. Down in the valley where the girls get naked. And if you're throwing bands, then you know she gonna shake it. Yes, that's motherfucking right. We are back with another episode of the AJ Red Show, covering another episode of P-Valley. I'm not gonna be too long with y'all. I'm gonna jump right into this shit and talk about it because there's so fucking much that went on that I want to be able to touch every little detail that I possibly can in this episode, within an episode. Anyway, diving right in. Welcome back, P-Valley. That's what the fuck we discussing. Get with it, get your drink, get your smoke, whatever it is you do. You bump, you rump. I don't know what the fuck it is you do to my show or what it is you do to P-Valley, but be ready. So anyway, jumping right in. Right off the bat, I recognized, I'm just going to say Big Girl because I don't know what the fuck her name was. She was the same chick in season 1 that came to the fucking club and said that she wanted to blow all of her settlement money, or her divorce settlement money, on the club that night because she had just gone through a divorce with her husband or ex-husband, I guess, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the same day. And as one of the strippers brought up later on in the fucking episode, she was like, ain't you that chick that ended up getting a divorce from your husband because you slept with his mama? Now, what kind of Figaro fuck shit is that? You end up losing your man because you slept with his mama? Like, why in the fuck did you even marry this man? Why did you just not marry his mama? I don't get it. But anyway, bottom line is I recognized her ass right off the bat when she was standing down in front tossing all them fucking $1 bills that she had, I guess, left over from the last fucking season. She tossed up so many dollars that they started giving her private dances and shit. And old girl Toy, I told y'all I was gonna figure this bitch name out. I told y'all I pay attention. Even though I be lit watching these fucking episodes, I still find out what the fuck is going on and remember the deal. But Toy gave her this private dance. And baby, as y'all know, I done already told y'all, I don't understand why in the fuck they are still filming during COVID season, amidst doing COVID season when we are clearly out of it. But they are stuck there. Anyway, this bitch she was all in for it. She was letting this girl ride her lap, ride her belly, ride her motherfucking, what they call it, her fupa. She letting her ride her Dunlap. And then she fucked around there and took her mask off. She was enjoying the festivities so much and shit. And she was getting rid of tossing dollars in this girl's face, in Tori's face. Fucked around and took that mask off. And Tori leaned back and did some old shit and came back forward and right in her motherfucking face. All up in her mouth. Her nasal cavities. It was so much mucous membrane. There's so much, right in her fucking face. The bitch immediately got mad. Decided she went on a rampage, grabbed the mic and all this other shit. She decided she wanted the club, the paint closed down. So she done put some kind of ordinance on them now, saying that they have social distancing and all this other shit, you know what I'm saying, going on. And she wanted to try to limit. She got mad, basically. She just went on some hate shit and got upset. Guess what it is? She had a typical scorned woman, a pissed off bitch syndrome, I guess, and got mad and turned on the peoples and, you know, decided to shut them the fuck down. I told y'all, didn't I tell y'all it was gonna come out that Tara was sucking dang-a-lang on the Tara was sucking dang-a-lang on the side, other than, you know, doing her job as a stripper down at the paint and not ignoring Uncle Clifford's rule number 44, hoeing you out the door. She ignored the shit out of it. She broke the rules. She didn't give a fuck. She was all good. She did what she wanted to do and what she felt like she had to do. I guess whatever, to make her bank, get her money up, and do her thing. You know, but as I told y'all before, I told y'all some of my predictions don't be wrong. If you watch these motherfucking shows and pay attention, excuse me, what's going on, you catch a lot, you know what I'm saying? And you can actually pretty much kind of tell where they're going with the situation of the whole episode, and what to kind of look for next. But then you gotta pay attention, like I do. But if you don't, that's why you watch me, right? And if that's not why you're watching me, you watch me because it makes you want to watch the motherfucking show P-Valley, which makes you want to come back again and watch the AJ Red show. So it's a constant cycle. I appreciate you guys, subscribers. I appreciate you. Anyway, moving on. I don't understand too why Mercedes took us to the ass back over here to this coach's house and decided to, I guess, return and finish up the rest of the weekend that she had planned with this guy and his wife, or whatever the situation was. But bottom line, y'all, like I told y'all, it's so much going on. Stars is really getting out there and showing us a whole lot of shit. A lot of nudity, naked ice, dangling, titlets, areolas, all that shit, dangling shafts and all kind of stuff, fellatio, all that shit is what Stars is presenting us with. And P-Valley, the writers again and creators and producers again, shout out to y'all, because y'all bring us some good ass content or some good ass episodes down to the P-Valley. We just need y'all to be working on it. We need y'all in the lab working on the next motherfucking season, and we do need y'all to bring it out of the COVID season. I can tell y'all now, I've gotten many comments and many complaints about, to me, about people saying, why we still filming in COVID? Keep contacting me like I'm some kind of fucking writer or producer on the motherfucking show. So since I have to be an advocate about what's going on with the show, and they seem to think I'm a writer or creator or a producer, I have some kind of fucking influence over y'all over there at Stars or over there at P-Valley, I'm just announcing this shit, letting y'all know when y'all come back, y'all need to be out of the COVID season or the COVID atmosphere. But anyway, Mercedes returning to the coach's house. I thought that after the episode where Terica kind of gave her this epiphany, this life-changing moment to where she needed to stop all the other shit and cut all the bullshit that she had going on, you know, and get back to what I think is her original passion, which is not just this dance team for these girls, but motherhood. I think that's what she really wants. I think that's what she kind of at this point she needs. It's kind of like I told y'all, if y'all asked watch my reviews on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's kind of like she needs to have that Kenya effect. Be the mother that she didn't have, because I don't understand. I don't really think Sister Woodbine was such a loving, caring mother, because like I told y'all, she's already the grandmother that kicks ass. She don't bake no pies and all that stuff. That she gives out hand sanitizer, you know, and stuff like that. And she is the owner of where the blessings reside, but I don't see her being that doting grandmother or even mother in the past or at this point. So I didn't understand why she felt the need to go return back to where the coach was, and Farrah, which is the coach's wife, and all this good shit. But come to find out, it was Farrah that sent the motherfucking text message. I told y'all she was intrigued by Mercedes' moves and how her husband was so infatuated with Mercedes, and it somehow brought about a fucking infatuation for Farrah to Mercedes. And she texted Mercedes to get on down there back at the back to the OK Corral and shit. And she ends up, you know, making up this lie, and why Mercedes is there, and she pretty much takes some kind of fucking phone call or some shit, and Mercedes goes to, get on the pole to get ready for old boy whom she thinks is coming back, and doesn't yet realize that Farrah is the one that sent the fucking message quite yet. So she gets on the pole, starts twirling, doing her thing, I guess practicing, getting warmed up, for a touchdown for when the coach gets back to town. But Farrah begins to take pictures of her and shit like that, and they began to have this intimate moment. And if y'all watch the episode, like I told y'all, Stars and P Valley, the people is bringing it, they fucked around there, and they had this moment of some kind of connection, or a little bonding moment. And like they did in the last episode, only Coach wasn't around to be click blocking. Coach went around to be clip blocking. So with that being said, Farrah took her, took her chance. She seized the moment. And shit, she, they had a little tit for tat one moment after she called her, a stripper and all this different shit here. And Mercedes got enough feelings, and Farrah apologized, and then had to run up on her and carrying on, and got the licking up on her and kissing her neck and shit. And talking all kind of filthy, nasty, gutter butt ass, bottom butt shit in her fucking ear. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, Mercedes is laid out, moaning like she catching the Holy Ghost on a first Sunday morning. And them old string skinny ass drawers, them spaghetti drawers, what she called to be drawers, that done came flying up off of her. That woman had to yank them off. I don't know if she yanked them off with her teeth, or with her hands. So y'all have to let me know. All I know is I saw boots and wig, because Farrah had her head down there munching on Mercedes's kitty box like it was an open buffet, and she had been homeless and hungry for the last 3 days, like she had been starving in the desert, laying in. The first thing she had vowed to herself, that the first thing that she would see after her journey in the desert, famished and thirsting, she had made a vow to herself that the first thing that she would see that looked edible, she was going to dive right into it. And apparently, with that vow, she saw Mercedes, and apparently she kept her word, because she went down up in there, and she had ate like an old cannibal. She ate the booty like groceries. She ate the cootie like groceries, right? If y'all watch, if you didn't, go check the shit out. Oh, she ate her up. She ate her up. Yes, she did. But anyway, so, bottom line is Farrah was so good at what she did, which makes me think that she's done this shit before. She done fucked around and ate, what's the name from the bite and the front, and ate somewhere up betwixt the middle. And she had done put Mercedes to sleep and left her motherfucking ass, how they say, wait, my Chuck Lisa. Left her motherfucking ass, is that right? Yeah, motherfucking ass down there in the bed sleeping. But she's a woman of her word. She did leave that $10,000 and $2,000 stacks each on that dresser. So, she said, even though we might have had a little something, a little, a little rendezvous, and it wasn't even supposed to be between me and you, it was supposed to be betwixt you and him. Bottom line is, you served that ass. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you your money. Gordon showing up to the paint to give Haley one final offer of, I think it was $1 million or some shit like that, and Haley telling him to fuck off, and also telling him, I see where apparently it must be worth something, because you doubled your offer, in such short amount of time. So apparently you don't see the paint as an undervalue. So that, in my mind, at that moment, had told me just what I had told y'all, that Haley had a better business deal in her mind. But after all that, it seemed like later on, maybe Haley might be on some other fuck shit. We gonna talk about that shit in a minute. Y'all, like I told y'all, there's so much being shown. Listen, I've never seen on a movie, a TV show, a porno, no, none of that shit where motherfuckers get, well, I ain't gonna say a porno because that would be a lie. But the way Andre was choking Dante when his dang-a-lang was slinging all over the room and carrying on, and his wife was just sitting there looking because he had them fucked around there and showed up at the wrong time. You was hanging around there in Chuckalisa too motherfucking long. Yeah, I got it down pat. Too motherfucking long. And trying to become the next mayor and step into your uncle's footsteps. And all the while your wife is calling you and checking up on you and trying to see where you at. Yeah, I told y'all, sucking dick over here at the paint, whether it's at the paint or over here at down to the house, they on top of it because she was up in there slobbing on that man's knob like, y'all remember that commercial with the owl? They used to be like, 1, 2, 3. Y'all remember that commercial? What was that fucking lollipop? The Tootsie Roll. How many licks? I think she was going for how many sucks. She was sucking the shit out. She did better than Toy did down in that boom boom room over there, whatever the fuck they want to call it, sucking on that man for that brick. He should have really admired her as a wife. She was a doctor. She made money. She won bread. She was a hard-working woman. And I'm pretty sure, judging by their household, I've never seen a maid or a housekeeper. But it seems to me that she's also very sanitary. She's very clean. She's very neat. And I've come to a conclusion that he has really let a good A1 woman get away from him because at the end of the day, she can get out there and make the money. She got the education to get that bread, get that head, give that head, and still not leave. Because when I tell you, at the end of the day, she can do all these things and still suck dick like that. That's better than a Hoover. She probably ain't even got a vacuum clean up in that house because she was going to town on Dante when Andre busted up in that motherfucker. Listen, and the crazy part about it, Dante couldn't even fight back because he probably was still like, SWV. He was still so weak in his motherfucking knees because she about to lay around there and suck his soul right up out his motherfucking body. And Andre had to bust through the door and fucked up the whole situation and caught them people in the action and had them blew that man's little hide. But I could not. I couldn't bust in no shit like that. It'd be some dead bodies. It'd be snuff juice all over the floor like Coco Taylor say. So he took that one. He took that one with some motherfucking. He took that one with pride. And then for her to turn around and double dose him with and scold this motherfucking ass with. Now you talking about running for mayor of Chuckalisa. They ain't gonna vote for you. You ain't gonna win. That's a double slapping. I done watched you walk in. I done walked in on you sucking on somebody else's microphone or singing on somebody else's microphone, and now you gonna tell me I couldn't win at being the best of providing some affordable or convenient fellatio for you to put your lips around, and so now you done went and took care of that on your own, and so now you gonna turn around and tell me I ain't shit for running for mayor of Chuckalisa when everybody know Chuckalisa ain't about shit but good chicken and good pussy apparently. So that's what if y'all can't find none, go down there to Chuckalisa, honey. Or at least if you can't get it, you can at least look at it and move on about your way. What else had happened? I told y'all Diamond was going to be back. I told y'all, for one, there was no fucking way that Diamond was going to be in one episode and then maybe skip 1 or 2 and then not be seen anymore during the season. I just didn't feel that. I didn't feel that in my Shondo, So I told y'all he was going to be back. And he showed up at no other time other than when they got shut down and they got short-handed finding sanitizer and, plastic walls and probably even condoms shit at that fucking point because during COVID, we were short of so much fucking toilet tissue. Anybody had diarrhea, I mean, you just had to sit on the, just do like they did in the old fashioned time. Take you some newspaper and rub that shit together real quick. Or some of that lime paper and rub it together to get a little soft. And go ahead and wipe up in betwixt there real good, but you gotta be gentle, because if you don't, you fuck around there with a sore booty hole. And listen, who wants a sore booty hole? Other than for the right reasons. You want no scratched up ass booty, all scratched up, scarred. So when you finally do get some tissue, you gotta wipe gently anyway. So go ahead and rub that shit and get down to the nitty gritty. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, Diamond. Him finally being back, them, you know, having a shortage of sanitizer, all this other extra bullshit here. And that outfit, let me tell y'all again, that outfit that Uncle Clifford had on when them people from what he called Wakanda hadn't shown up, and all them, you know, producing all this the goods and shit. Old boy had to come just in the nick of time, bringing them sanitizer and all this shit, plastic blinders and binders and all this different shit, and, you know, dividers or whatever. And so it worked out perfectly for them. Sorry, my throat was chakra. I told y'all to get dry. He was standing out there and they were doing such a diligent job and such an excellent job with executing all this material, getting off the truck, getting it into place, getting it set up, and all this other extra shit. And that was I felt like, you know, the moment Diamond showed up, I was like, okay, good. He's been reintroduced back into the show for us, because I've been waiting for it, honestly. So I'm glad he's back. And with Big L offering him to come back as security, to he needs somebody like him and all this shit. Last time y'all had somebody like him, y'all fucked around and almost got the man killed. So I don't know. That's like me working somewhere out and fucked around and almost caught COVID during, you know, the season, during the time. I ain't trying to go back over there to work for y'all. You don't give a fuck about me. I think I'm gonna keep on chugging and move along, go somewhere else. Excuse me, but Diamond had to come back to the show to make it all make sense, which I truly appreciate. But my whole thing is Diamond. When Diamond walked up in that motherfucking room, I told y'all that's gonna be my new motherfucking, not motherfucking. That's Chuckalisa. You got when in Rome, do as the Romans. When in Chuckalisa, do as the motherfucking Chuckalisians do. But when Diamond walked into that room and he had this vision of, you know, a puddle of blood, you know, where old boy had been, you know, shot and killed, you know, trying to kill Haley back in a murder night. My thing is, I'd have been a little fucked up when the hand came out there to reach at me. I'm like, okay, we already did 7 pounds. We already did, you know, some, we already did some, which is Jakumi, you know, on Mercedes and shit like that. But my thing is to have a vision of some shit like that. Not only that, but Haley, I can't see how in the fuck she can decide to even sleep in there. I would have rather slept in my car, or would have gone down to the Salvation Army. I know y'all have one there in the Chuckalisa metro area. I would have gone to the nearest Salvation Army and found me a cot over there. But of course, she probably couldn't be over there because she wouldn't meet curfew because she got to run the paint. But after seeing that shit down that hall, or hearing that shit down the hall the first and second night, and seeing that man down there standing with that motherfucking red hat on, listen here, cuz y'all need to go around there and burn some motherfucking sage, get y'all some Florida water, and go up there and baptize on them rooms, some old witch Jakumi or some shit, some motherfucking, what you call it, some iodized salt, and y'all need to go up there and work that motherfucking get old boy up out of there, because it at this point now, if y'all gonna be dealing with some shit like that, y'all need to go ahead and sell the motherfucking paint and move on. But I can't understand how, don't get me wrong, shit like that honestly wouldn't scare me, but it would kind of bother me in a sense. So I couldn't be fucking with all that, especially not at no job. No, I'm good. Fuck, they talking about Pink Family and all this different shit here. Look, damn it, you can do bad by yourself. Going back down there to the Dollar General and pick up that job doing security over there, and probably doubling as a nighttime stocking boy, and you can make you a pretty little coin, and you can stay away from the paint because they got too much, you know, drama, too much spiritual shit for your own being, I believe, because you're the only one can really see all this shit other than Haley and all those that were involved. So yeah, go on down there back to the dollar store and go back over there, apply for assistant manager or key holder or some shit like that over at the dollar store. Toy's brother, she had this moment after she watched the television news, you know, with Sister Woodbine crazy ass out there sweating to death and talking all this old bullshit, you know, putting on, you know, making her public appearance and all this different stuff here to make a statement about the latest young man that had been murdered. Because, of course, even though they're going through COVID, they're also going through the Black Lives Matter movement in this season. And they're making that a point and pointing that out. But clearly, she's had some issues going on that we could not really pinpoint. And, well, I couldn't really pinpoint to find out what was the nucleus of her, I guess, her story, her hurt, her disconnect from the other girls and all this other shit. I was trying to figure out what set her out from the other girls that made her different, because they kept the camera on her a little too much. And just again, as I predicted, the Oxycontin shit and the hoeing on the side shit came into play, because Toy beat the Mario coins out that motherfucking other girl in that back there in that room after she called her all these names and who I want to do. Now, you ain't heard this from me, and I ain't want to gossip, but the bottom line is, the truth of the matter is, Toy was being a little hoe that I saw. Now, maybe you're gonna find something. I predict maybe we're gonna see something different. Maybe she got something else going on behind the scenes, and that she was getting dropped off of, because now we know she's guilty of sucking dick. Now we gonna be never. There's no need in trying to debate that one. We saw it in the rump room. So we know she at least did it that time. Now, what she did when she had got dropped off, what she did before then, we do not know just yet. So I will say guilty, or no, innocent until proven guilty. So you gotta let that go. But Big L and old boy was over there fucking around there and petting on some Oxycontin, and I told y'all there was gonna be a point where he and she would have a conversation about this shit, and I said it was gonna be a cliffhanger, but apparently it didn't turn out to be a cliffhanger. They're addressing this shit now. But did she not perform? Did Toy not perform? She had laid around and did some bullshit that some wrestling move that Big L recognized. She done drilled and slammed that gun, beat the dog shit out of down on the live of whatever platform they decided to choose that day. I'm not gonna call in it because that's not my business. But somebody went live and showed Toy opening that can of ass whoop, that can of whoop ass. I'm fucked up. But showing Toy opening that can of whoop ass on this other girl that was some kind of, I guess, random stripper, some extra or something they found, because I never really seen her in the club. I told y'all there was gonna be some drama behind that, but they still didn't really. With Big L and Toy having this conversation, they still never really said what was to become of it. And she kind of called him out on some shit, you know, about his Oxycontin shit, and he was like, "That's not." I guess the face he gave her basically told her, "Bitch, that's none of your business," and stay up out of it. And that's what she kind of got from it. So, you know, that's still kind of up in the air. So we'll see where the fuck that, you know, where that actually goes. Did I mention already Sister Woodbine say she running for mayor? That's the fucking crazy part. Yeah, she announced that she's running for mayor after she, you know, after somewhere in that motherfucker. I don't fucking know. Y'all watch the show. I'm just giving y'all the fucking news. I'm running the shit down how I seen it. But after she announced about how she's going to be going against the going with the Black Lives Matter movement, and so to speak, they didn't really say. But if you read the fucking context clues, you understood. But she going to Black Lives Matter. She's not going to rest until she finds justice for this young man whom we've I don't recall, that has actually died from some kind of police brutality, which correlates and hits home with Toy, which got her all kind of emotional. But somewhere along the way, while Mercedes was getting her Buffett ed out, and her her car waxed, her mama had announced that she was going to run for the mayor of Chucalissa because she wanted to go against this bill about the casino. And so, of course, Farrah had to serve Mercedes knockout tongue, so she just woke up and found out her mom was crazy, and how Farrah wanted to see her again and eat that thing out from the bike again. And she was kind of coming back into the rhythm and finding out what the fuck was going on. But Pastor Woodbine said she's gonna be the next mayor of Chucalissa, y'all, and I'm inclined to fucking believe her. I don't give a fuck what y'all say, what y'all think. I'm inclined to believe that she's actually, she's really going to at least give them a good run. She's going to give them a battle. If she doesn't win, she's going to put up a hell of a motherfucking fight to winning being the next mayor of Chucalissa. She's not about to let Kyle, I told y'all she had some shit planned when she had made that statement in the last episode about him fucking with the wrong bitch. I told y'all she had something planned. Just didn't know what it was yet, but I told y'all she's going to reveal what the fuck she had going on. Oh, real quick, the conversation that Haley had with Andre about what her plans were about the paint and what she was going to do and all this different shit, y'all. I thought when Uncle Clifford and Mercedes was like walking in on her having this conversation with Andre, I thought immediately they would rush in when Mercedes wanted to at least a second time when Uncle Clifford stopped her. But at that point I thought, oh, they gonna pretend they didn't hear it. They gonna plot some other shit and then finally present her with, oh bitch, we knew you was doing this, X, Y, and Z. We heard this, and this. But around by the third time, she had said some shit that had set their motherfucking soul on fire, and he went out there in the backyard by the barbecue and the tin walls and carrying on the barbecue pit, and called her out on her shit about wanting to sell the paint. And so she had to shuffle Andre off. And I'm not sure, again, I'm still skeptical. I don't know if she scared Andre off because she didn't want him to hear all what she had to say in response to the being addressed by Uncle Clifford and Mercedes about selling the paint. So I still feel like there's an underpart to it. But she fucked me up when she was like, it's just a building. Y'all all can, have a little money to go somewhere else and do this and do that. And everybody got mad. They had to call the girls out and say, fuck that. Apparently, Uncle Clifford is still in charge of the girls. When Haley thought she was. But, they made all the girls aware that Haley was trying to sell the club. And Haley finally came out and told me, fuck it. It'll give all of y'all a better life. Y'all can start over somewhere else. But them girls said they had been booty worshiping up in there for too long, and Grandma been up in there shaking her ass. Uncle Clifford, as y'all think, on the pole has been shaking his motherfucking ass. So the bottom line of it all is that building is a sacred booty building. It's a sacred cootie culture. Where they shake that ass, in honor of dead presidents. And on Dead President's Day, I can only imagine the celebration that goes on down at the Pink and plenty other clubs worldwide that, shakes their ass. But right now we're talking about down in the valley where the girls get naked. And if you're throwing bands, then you're going to shake it. That's what we're talking about right now. And they don't want to give that up. They've come there time after time to practice their craft of, booty baptism, twerking in the name of dollar bills, $100 bills. And as we see Todd, they've fallen on their knees and they've prayed for bricks. And apparently, some of their prayers have been answered over there, especially at least Toys. So I can understand why old girl did some shit like this and about to lay around and acting like she about to pop Haley in the face. And Haley ain't no motherfucking punk. She ain't no motherfucking punk. So, But in the end, you know, Uncle Clifford told Haley, like, you know, you's a hoe. You know you's a hoe. Mercedes was like, you know, I can understand why old boy said, you know, it's easy to love you, but it's even easier to hate your motherfucking ass, and you make it so. And I still feel like, yet in all honesty, me defending Haley at this point, I feel like she has a bigger play in mind. I feel like she has something bigger install, in store, whatever the fuck. Hey, the shit switches up. Anyway, let me move on. Let me get this shit quick out the way because, I can't think of his name they picked up from prison. I guess to be security or some shit like that. But he done gone and lost his motherfucking mind. He done went batshit crazy about old boy turning off the news and carrying on down to the suite. And got upset because he felt like he was still a prisoner at some point. And he lost his mind. He was about to whoop his ass. He was about to whoop Keyshawn's ass. And Gidget was about to get the business. And she didn't know it. Gidget was about to get got. But they managed to get him out the room, apparently because they brought back some memories to Keyshawn when Massa, you know, go to acting up and shit and go get the lashing and whipping on her motherfucking ass. So she got a little scared thinking it was about to be some bullshit going on. And he was a little crazy. And honestly, I would have been more safer with him being off the tour. What is it called? Is it Dirty Something tour? Fuck, I can't remember. I remember at the present moment. I don't know. But y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, the tour with Lil Murda and Keyshawn putting out eyelashes and whatnot to the people on display to make sure they see her worth, other than spinning up and down a pole and some other shit. But I was thinking to myself, he a little too crazy. He gonna fuck around and hurt somebody or kill somebody. And I thought it was gonna hurt old boy because he was talking some crazy ass shit, some Uncle Tom ass shit that he wasn't even sure of. And I'm surprised the dude didn't pop him in his fucking face or try to choke him out like he did old boy in the last episode at the club. But I thought to myself, they need to fire him, they need to get rid of him. But they got him out the room. He went back to what I thought was his room and his room only, which 9 times out of 10, I thought in that moment, the motherfucker should have been sleeping by himself because he was out there. He was searching for some shit, but it wasn't here. Landing pad was telling him where to go, but the shit just wasn't landing. So, long story short, bottom line, he ends up he's sharing a room with Lil Murda. And I'm trying to figure out what shit he gonna end up fucking around and choking or hurting Lil Murda tonight because he honestly is upset. He hadn't had anywhere to, you know, put this pressure off on, and come to find out, fuck around there, and I understand why him and Lil Murda was in a room. He got the rant about no matter what kind of nigga you is, you know, smart nigga, dumb nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, whatever. You just a nigga to them, and they don't even want your kind around, da 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 da. And apparently, Lil Murda knows how to, console. He went over there and put that man's head up on his belly and got to rubbing his face and carrying on, put his head right there where his crouch is. Right there where his crouch is, his nether regions. Just above his panty line. And rubbed his face. And right then, y'all, I knew some shit was about to happen, especially since I've been watching this motherfucking show. And Stars has been showing us Dang-a-lang, especially Dante Dang-a-lang, that's swinging all around like this shit here while Anya was trying to choke him half to death. I knew something was about to go down. I hesitated for a moment because he rubbed his face, and I thought when they clapped hands or was holding hands or some shit like that, maybe it's going to turn out to be some feminine, intimate, brotherly shit. But bottom line is, I was right all the motherfucking along. Baby, listen. He had done fucked around and kissed the man on the forehead. Lil Murda did, kissed him on the cheek, and then wham bam swoozy done fucked around and kissed him right about the mouth. After that, the shit seemed like it was just on. Fucked around there and kissed the man's mouth, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, when Lil Murda walks away and go on the other side of the room, okay, we're gonna stop right here. We're gonna pause right here, and this gonna be it. We're gonna go to another scene. And maybe we'll find out some shit in the next episode. Shit, lies you spoke and show lies I thought. Because Lil Murray was just going on the other side of the room to get some protection. Old boy followed him right over there, gave him the rubber, he put it right in his mouth and slipped it on Lil Murder's dangling with his mouth. Now that is skill. Trust me, I know. You gotta have skill to have that tactic. You gotta have skill to do some shit like that. And once he do it, he had them sucked him up, got him all excited and hype and shit like that. And before you know it, I thought maybe it was just gonna be an episode or a little moment of a little fellatio. But oh baby, when they broke out the merry motherfucking KY jelly, a big old tube about, you hear what? Y'all see my hand? Big old tube about that motherfucking big. And he held that bitch up like that and squirted it down like it was a big ass, like he was squirting jelly on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out one of them squirt jars. I was like, oh my God, he is about to go up in this man's good parts. I was like, all I thought to myself was, bitch, at this point now, I had to do then just what I'm doing now. I had to take me a motherfucking sip. Better yet, I had to go in the kitchen and take a shot, because when the KY jelly broke out, I was thought to myself, I was like, well, goddamn, it's about to be the stairway to heaven. And listen, he was apparently, per the scene, he was taking like damn near a pro. Now he did yank on them sheets a little bit, but it seemed to me that was in ecstasy. That was in you know, he was feeling it. That wasn't in like, oh God, it's my first time. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. You know, it wasn't no shit like that. Like, you're going too fast, slow down. Like, ooh, 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 oh, 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 whoa, 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 whoa. It wasn't none of that. None of that. Ow, 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 ow. He didn't do none of that shit. He let him put a little glop of that jelly on there and slide right up in his old dock his motherfucking boat right in his slip. And listen, knocked it out of the ballpark. And at that moment, I understood. It all came together. It made sense as to why, for one, he wasn't finna be motherfucking fired from that job. He had it going on. That was the reason he kept him. But there was a plot and a twist to this shit. Apparently, they were lovers and together before old boy went to jail. Now I'm waiting. I predict, just starting off early, I predict next episode we're gonna find out that old boy went to jail on some shit related to Lil Murder. But bottom line is, he woke up the next morning after they had pure ecstasy. It wasn't like Farrah and Mercedes. Their little encounter the next morning was a little weird, but there's the next morning, that baby and woke up and already had his shit packed and planned and at the door. Because he woke up, he was like, Lil Murder woke up, he was like, oh, where my boo at? And old boy was sitting up in the window like he was on a scene from what that fucking movie was, Waiting to Exhale. Sitting up in that window like, he say, who the fuck Uncle Cliff? Lil Murder couldn't say shit. And at the end of the day, he says, also, he goes, while I was going down and doing my bid, you ain't near time to send me no motherfucking postcard. So I feel like we gonna get a backstory to that. Like, yo, because something ain't right. When he got through with that statement, he picked up all his shit that was already packed and he was dressed. And they say a lady always knows when to exit. And apparently, he knew when to leave. He felt like, look, you been out here acting like you been holding me down. Yeah, you been fucking around with these girls or whatever and whatnot and so forth. These motherfucking girls. And Chuck Lisa nowhere else. But at the same time, it's supposed to be on lock for me. And he been out here fucking with some bitch named Uncle Cliff. Shit don't add up so far. Well, it adds up to me. I got the whole motherfucking bit. If y'all didn't get it, then that's y'all sleepyhead ass. Y'all need to wake the fuck up and watch it a second time and see what the fuck y'all missed. But anyway, it's time for me to get out here, but I got to give y'all my predictions for the next episode. I predict that, like I told y'all, we going to find out what the fuck really went on between Lil Murda and the old boy prior to him going to jail and what their relationship was. I also predict we're going to see more of Farrah and Mercedes, and there's going to be some kind of turmoil between her and the coach. I predict that Haley's going to really give us a real motherfucking solid plan as to what she's doing with the Pank and get these girls back on board and regain their trust and show them and explain to them the vision that she actually has. I also predict that Andre and Mia Woodbine may end up going together on a project to be mayor, or one boosting the other to be mayor versus the other, because one may be losing in the polls, who fucking knows. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a very good competition, I predict, with Mayor Kyle, Pastor Woodbine, and Andre running as, and then find out Andre got the fucking house in the wheel and all this other shit. So that was a closing argument. And all the rest of them was mad, but we're going to talk about that shit when we find out more about it in the next episode. I predict that Toy's going to probably coincide with Big L on some kind of project with keeping her mouth closed or some shit like that. I don't know. We're going to figure some shit out. And she might end up with this new white boy that loves strippers so much. And he's apparently in love with love, like Marcella is. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what's to come for Diamond and his experience being back in the Pank, and knowing that he was involved with Murder Night and them all remembering what the fuck went on. And we're also gonna find out, what's gonna happen with the Pank, how this lady gonna treat us with opening our club back up, y'all. That the shooting got mad because this girl sneezed up in her mouth and shit, and carrying on and whatnot and so forth. And we'll see what Gordon has to offer, what the fuck he's gonna bring to the table, to offer Haley as far as his club. So anyway, again, I've overstayed my welcome. Well, fuck that. No, this is my show. I ran over my time. That's my thing. But I wanted to give y'all more detail because there's so much going on. But anyway, I gotta get out of here and take my funk ass to bed, because I got a job, baby. Whoa, I gotta go. But I want to remind y'all to like, subscribe, and share. Share with somebody you know, somebody you don't know. Share with somebody you like. Share it with a motherfucker you don't like. Because again, if you don't like me, somebody else just might. Can I get an amen? Yeah? No? Oh well, fuck it. Amen lights. Amen wall. All right. Love yourself, love somebody else, and make sure they're loving on you back in the right way. All right? Good night. Y'all have a good one.